Hey y'all, welcome back for another DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. Thank you guys so much for joining me for these shows. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like this content, and we could continue to bring it to you. Today we are reacting to another Shark Tank episode, and so be sure to comment below what your thoughts are, or if you have any input you would like to share. We definitely need some more knowledge from MBAs, and so if you got MBAs and you know some terms that we may not have caught, go ahead and draw some attention to that in the comment section so we can all learn a little bit. All right, so let's check out this next pitch.
Next up is a replacement for millions of disposables.
Sound like a dog.
Hello Sharks, my name is Dinesh Tadepalli, co-founder of Incredible Eats, and I'm from Planet Earth. I'm here to share 7% of equity of our incredible company for $500,000. Sharks, across the world, a staggering amount of people are eating their food with single-use plastic utensils. But why do we use something just for a few minutes if it's going to take hundreds of years to decompose? Sharks, that's a moment on the lips, but a lifetime in a landfill. That's why we came up with Incredible Cutlery, the world's first mass manufacturable, totally edible utensils.
Oh,
Edible
wow.
utensils.
Wow.
Well, Sharks,
Wow.
now you may eat your spoon, eat your straw, eat your spork, and even eat your chopsticks. Need I say more? My question is not who wants to invest in us, but who would like to join us to save the planet one straw or one spoon at a time. Okay, Sharks, please try all our cutlery in different flavors with different types of food.
What are we eating here?
Who cares? I'm gonna eat a spork. Dinesh, how long does it take for it to decompose?
Yeah, so each spoon stays firm for up to 20 minutes in hot soups, like a hot food, and about an hour in an ice cream. So they're pretty stable enough for you to eat with it and then eat it after.
This is very good.
Thank you.
How
And
many calories per chopstick?
chopsticks, about 15 calories.
I had one spoon here, and it was fantastic. It was like a spicy pizza flavored breadstick.
Tomato
I would
flavored.
actually want to buy and eat these, not even as the utensil. Then this one was in the ice cream, and this one
they-
has
they
a
have
vanilla
different
flavor,
flavors.
and it tastes like a waffle cone. So this is delicious. Then we have here, what is this one?
That's a straw.
And what's the flavor?
It's actually flavorless.
So you are concerned about the flavor of these in addition to their functionality.
So our concept is to keep them subtle because our initial first year of our sales is completely focused on food service because that's where the heaviest usage of plastic is. And they wanted it to be very subtle, not too overbearing because they don't want to change the food you eat with.
Right.
What does it cost for you to make it, and what are you selling it for?
About 20 cents to buy the spoon, and our cost of goods is 10 cents.
What cost differential would it be between very large volume of plastic spoons versus this edible spoon?
Yes, a plastic spoon trends around 1 to 2 cents per spoon, but our product has a capability to make additional profits to the company. Let's say, for example, a very large ice cream chain ordered 100 million spoons. If they upsell it to their consumer for 5 cents, they make 5 million profit, and we also make profits.
But what would it cost me if I didn't want to upsell? As a large ice cream company, I bought 100 million of these. What's my delta? What's my difference in price?
So we started with 35 cents. We already brought it down to 20 cents. We're going to bring it down to 15 cents.
That's pricey, I think.
But have you sold anything yet?
I sold 1.2 million spoons so far, 2 to 2.5 years.
What's that in dollars?
About $170,000.
In 2 years, though.
And where are you selling them?
Yeah, so 2019, it was completely B2B food service because that's where most of the plastic is. And we were going great. We had amazing traction. And then the COVID hit, and that was given an opportunity for us because we could explore B2C and direct to consumer. I spent 2 weekends, read 6 books, designed my own packaging, designed my own website.
You don't know when you see this that it is edible. Nobody knows that till you tell them. So there's a fair amount of education that's going to happen. And going to the side of scale here, when you talked about 100 million pieces, and I'm the ice cream, whatever it is, the B2B play, business to business, I'm going to have to ask myself, do I want to pay 2 cents for the plastic Or do I want to pay 10 times more for this and then educate everybody that not only can you eat the ice cream, you can eat the spoon that you scooped it with? There's a lot of work there. It's cheaper.
Well, wait a minute. If you were creative, you would know that you can impression and imprint into the spoon and into every piece that says "Eat Me."
But do I want to pay 20 times more whether it has the sign "Eat Me" on it or not?
If you believe that cost, you will.
To be here today.
Yeah, so this is my dream to be here. I'm an immigrant from India, and I still work, and I've been hustling this from like 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. every single day for the past 2.5 years. And I feel so proud that I reduced or replaced 1 million plastic utensils. And I found the purpose of my life. I found the purpose of my life. That's what makes me more happy. There's 100 million plastic utensils disposed of every single day. And with our patent and IP, our company is going to change the planet in the way people eat their food.
Okay, let's go back to money, because that's a serious chunk of change.
I'd really love to know your background.
I love all this stuff about, you know, how wonderful it is, but
So
I want to find out if I can make any
more after learning about me.
Money, 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 money.
Let's quit on
I will
Kevin.
come back to money, Kevin. It's very important. I know money is most valuable. So, okay, so Laurie, I was born in India, and my dad taught me the value of content and happiness. And he said, happiness is here, not here. So I came to the US for my master's, and then I graduated. I started working in a technology company in the Bay Area.
Your master's was in?
Electrical engineering. I decided I have to take care of this because my kid's future is at stake. It's not about, yes, money is nice, money is good to have, but imagine one ice cream chain or one restaurant chain changing this to edible cutlery and making money. It's going to revolutionize the entire world.
Edible cutlery.
Your enthusiasm is so absolutely delicious, but I feel that you're blinded by your own enthusiasm.
Really?
I think you're asking a lot.
They be killing me. Sometimes they tell the people you're not passionate enough, and then the people that come in passionate, they say now you're blinded by your passion. Goodness gracious.
Out of a restaurant to go into the spoon selling business as well. And to take their maybe 1 cent or even half-cent cost of their spoon and up it to 20 cents a spoon. And so I think you have a lot of challenges there that are against the norm and super creative, which I commend you for. But I'm not sure they're practical enough to fly. And so for those reasons, I'm out.
I disagree with Barbara
Dinesh,
on that
I disagree with Barbara on that point, and let me tell you why. That passion is exactly what's going to make you succeed. The reason why I'm struggling is, you know, you have not proven that this really cool concept is scalable to the point that Mr. Wang says, but you've imputed a valuation that's proven that it's scalable. The gap between your vision and your expectations from us as investors is way too wide. I have to evaluate it not as a dream, but as a business with $170,000 in lifetime sales. It's not worth $7.1 million.
So Daniel, I have not spent anything on marketing. I have a huge capability of making it white.
What he said, I think is going to stick with me a lot. But what he's about to say as far as not spending any money on marketing yet, probably a good idea or probably something of substance. But what I hear is he said he had a patent and an IP, so money had to go into you know, purchasing that patent and the IP. And so, you know, I'm kind of, I would like to see what else Daniel was thinking.
To make the best product that there is.
I think you're going to win, but I'm not going to come in as an investor at this valuation.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. That's what I meant to say. The valuation, 7.1 million valuation, and then he just told them that he has a lifetime sales of 170K, and so that can be kind of sketchy too. And sometimes I've seen when I've watched the episodes that they just didn't get a deal just because they valued the company too high. And when you value in the company, you're thinking about the assets you have, the liability and all of that good stuff. So it may be something else that's in the paperwork and the numbers, where it puts that valuation up to that high of a number that is jeopardizing him getting a deal at this moment. But that is a pretty high valuation based on what he said he sold to date. So I can understand that.
Thank you for time. I really wish you can think again.
I mean, to me, the idea is brilliant, And I love engineers, and I'm sure your journey got you to where you are because you're passionate. I believe all that. But I am like Daniel, choking on this 7.1 million valuation. I like you, but there's no way on earth I'm giving you $500,000 for 7%. You said you were from the planet Earth, so am I. Your deal's for the planet Zootron. That's the problem. Makes no sense. I'll give you the $500,000. I want 35% of the company. That's about the right deal.
Thanks for the offer.
I sure think it's too small.
Okay.
You've got this game changer type product that made me ask myself, why didn't I think of that?
It is. Come on, Mark, with some wisdom.
Two sharks are out. Dinesh has an offer on the table from Kevin for his edible utensil company, Incredible Eats. And Mark also seems interested.
But I sure think it's too small. You've got this game changer type product that made me ask myself, why didn't I think of that? Because it makes perfect sense. The brilliance of what you're doing beyond the product is that every single online and in real world brick and mortar company is always looking for upsells that are relevant to the product that's being sold underneath it. So if you buy a salad, if you buy ice cream, if you buy whatever at a grocery store, you're right next to the prepackaged foods. And there it is. Want to save the planet?
And you put a barcode on it and sell it individually.
You just upsell it, right? Yes. So I'm going to make you an offer, but it's going to take a lot of my time. There's a lot of expense involved from my end, right? So I'll offer you the $500,000, but I want 20%. 20%.
I like my offer better.
And I have an offer for you.
Super good deal.
Mark is saying you're not seeing it big enough. I think Mark's not seeing it big enough. I see that it could be in grocery, I see it could be upsell. I think it's a fantastic product as it is. So I see it in grocery everywhere, right next to the plastic utensils, but with revamped packaging that just screams, I'm delicious, eat me, save the planet. But I also think that you could be doing food service. I think you can be doing it all. You just need
I'm not saying don't do one or the other. I'm just saying your path to least resistance.
Shark in which to help you. Hello. You just need the right shark in which to help you blitz the market. And I'm that shark. So here's what I'm going to offer you. I'm going to give you $500,000 for 15%.
15%.
He got some good deals. Now, just to recap, they may do it in a minute too, but he came in requesting $500K, $500,000 for only 7% of his company. Kevin has made him an offer for 35% for that same $500,000, and 20%. Mark just made a deal for him for 20%, and then Lori just made a deal of 15%. And so he has a couple of good offers on the table, and they vary, giving him a good different valuation for his company.
So you now have 3 offers to consider. That's quite rare in Shark Tank. So you've done a good job pitching.
Thank you.
You got Mark at 20%, which is a discount offer. You've got the full value Mr. Wonderful offer at 35%, and then you've got Lori at 15%. What do you want to do?
Wow.
Dinesh, you are so deliciously adorable and
deliciously adorable.
I'm going to go ahead and come back in. I didn't want to offend you with a low
That baby said you deliciously adorable.
offer.
Oh, it's a feeding frenzy.
I will do it for 25%.
Wow.
A whole nother different
what do you want to do?
Percentage, 25%. The only person that didn't go in was Barbara. Are you allowed?
You can do whatever you want. Sorry. You just don't know what we'll do.
Would any one of you do 12% for $500,000?
Who's supposed to that? Lori with 15?
No.
You need a shark.
Dinesh, it's not that you're not driven. You've got all the elements of a great entrepreneur. But you came in with a preset number, right? Which tells me you're not really listening to us. When someone comes in with a hard set threshold, a limit, that tells me that they're not truly going to value us. I'm out.
He made a good point. Ooh, got to be more careful. Got to be more careful.
You're going to have to make a decision. You've got 3 offers still.
What do you want to do? Now's the time. Let's hear it.
Barbara getting kind of impatient.
I gave you the closest. I'm wondering why you're not taking it.
Yep. He's a numbers guy, just like Mark just said.
So Lori, you have a deal.
Wow.
He still could have counted the 15.
So, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lori.
I love it.
Thank you.
Well, I guess he did with the 12% though. So, all right. So he ended up getting a deal with Lori for 15% for a half of meal, 500K. And so I'm so glad that he was able to get a deal in the Shark Tank, and I hope that he has a great, prosperous business ahead of him, for him and Lori. But thank you so much for joining us on this pitch. I think I'm gonna go look for them edible spoons and things, but thanks so much for joining us on this pitch. If you liked it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up with a like for the video. And then last but not least, please consider subscribing to the channel. It would definitely help me grow, and I would appreciate it. Thanks so much for chilling with us again at the DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Shows. Have a good one.